I can't wear these glasses. People are gonna say stuff.
Second sticks.
What is going on? It's been a long time since I put a video on my channel, so this is gonna be the first one back. Yeah, tons of stuff going on. I apologize. We are at ToyConNJ in Parsippany, and this is the 12th minute of recording this intro.
That's a fact. Listen, it's the beauty, it's the art of video. This statement might not even make it in.
So you might recognize Nate from last time, and if you don't, this is Nate.
Hello.
And we're gonna talk some MP Hound versus
all of them.
Every other hound in
all the
existence.
other hounds. So yeah, no, this is interesting because we have the Takara coming out with another ArcBot, which is all we've all been asking for. Like, just give us all the 1984 toy car line.
I would have liked Cliff Jumper, but it's
Yep.
cool.
Yep, a Cliff Jumper would be great, but they come in and the prices just keep going up and up and up. So people are all like, I'm gonna stick with I don't need this, that neck looks funny,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Let's take a look at some pics.
Okay.
So where do we want to start? So let's just start with the obvious. They just released some color prototypes, color test shots, I should say, of the MP Hound, along with the price tag, which is $160 something, right?
Yeah.
162.
Yeah, it's 160 something U.S. retail.
Right. So, and before we really get into it, we can both agree that it's pretty good. More of it than less of it looks pretty awesome, right?
Absolutely. I think that let's take price out completely for just a minute. We're taking a look at this figure and what it can do and what it comes with. And I understand that there are camps of, I don't need all the accessories, just give me a reasonably priced bot. And there are camps of, give me all the accessories you can. How did he not come with this one random thing from this one random scene? It's iconic. He needs it. So, packed to the nines, coming with all kinds of goodies.
Where is the roof? I don't remember.
There's one episode where he's being pulled across the water, or he's like in the swamp or something, and he puts it up over his cover. I can't remember what episode, but like there is an episode, or there's at least a shot from the cartoon where the canopy comes up.
Okay, I figured it had to be in there somewhere. I couldn't remember. It looked like an oddball accessory, but I do like the accessories. But yeah, that price tag is. So basically, I think what we're trying to get at today is what hound do you have, and are you entertaining the thought of trading it in, or are you definitely trading it?
Right.
So you have every hound.
I have every. So I have every hound. I have FansToys Hound Willys. I have Maketoys Hound Gundog. I've got a Japanese G1 reissue. I picked up the Siege Hound, and I also have the Alternators Hound. So pretty heavy-handed fan of the character. So for me, it's not a replacement issue. I'm gonna get the Takara Hound. I'm gonna order it from Amazon Japan so that I pay less, but I'm going to get it, and
you're keeping.
And I'm keeping all the other hounds. I'm not going to sell any of them.
Just for today, for argument's sake,
right?
Let's put you in the group of people that are one character, one version of each character only. So you have the two out of all these hounds that you got here. The two that obviously
we're really talking about:
Maketoys and FansToys.
Right.
So you have the best knowledge at all. I don't own the Maketoys one. I own the FansToys one. So you've seen the MP and you own the other two.
Right.
Looks wise, what do you think?
looks-wise, what I think is it's going to be a great representation of my cartoon hound that will do more articulation-wise than either of these two figures combined, and will have a more solid build. That's what I think looking at it. I think that you honestly can't beat the build quality of Takara products. And so
Everything recent's been
really good. Like,
really good.
Yeah, I never have. In fact, I love Willys. I just took him out for the sake of taking this photo of all of them together, and a plate on his foot just fell off, and then I mean the tires falling off. That's fine. It's supposed to. The one on the back, but like the plate on his foot coming off after being packed reasonably well for travel. I was like, what's going on here? This shouldn't be happening to my awesome FansToys Willys. So, how about yourself? Where do you come down? Because you have FansToys Willys.
I have FansToys Willys,
and you're a one character, one bot kind of guy.
Right. Now, admittedly, I don't handle my stuff probably as much as you do. I'm not gonna say I never transformed him. I transformed him back and forth a couple times, but for the most part, he's been as a display piece. So he's still in pretty decent shape, real nice shape, as a matter of fact. And I really like the way he looks. But for as good as I think he looks, I have to say that the Takara one I feel looks better. And I think what it's going to come down to is like a Sun Surge versus Sunstreaker type of decision to make, because Sun Surge was pretty decent.
Yep.
You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that the Sunstreaker, the Takara Sunstreaker, was better. But you had to make that decision whether or not it was better by enough to, one, spend the extra money, and two, go through the trouble of trading in.
Right.
So that's where I'm at right now. And I'm kind of leading towards trading in. And I really like the FansToys Willys. I'm just that impressed with what the Takara one looks like.
And when you say trade in, like, you also collect in box, right? So you would be buying two then.
Yeah. I'd be buying two. So that's gonna get a little expensive. But the nice thing is that there's just not as much stuff coming out anymore that we need.
Yep.
So it's a big hit to take in one shot, but there's at least a little bit of space in between.
Right. So the biggest issue with the Takara Hound that we've seen so far coming from the community is the way the neck is attached. How it's just a one beam coming out from what looks like the dashboard.
Right.
And then a lot of the photography that Takara's been putting out has been to hide that and mask it, and which is good news for us, right? They're taking a lot of photos that mask that, which means if I'm looking at it, there's a lot of angles I can look at it from where I don't have to see that neck gap.
Right. I guess. Is that how you're looking at it?
That's how I'm looking at it.
All right, here's how I'm looking at it.
He goes on one of my top shelves, so I'm not looking down on
see
him.
it. But see, the thing is, like, if you're gonna pay $160, $170 for something, like, you would expect it to be. You wouldn't expect it to have those kind of issues.
I
Like,
agree.
if that's how it ends up being, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. But what I think is that, once again, just somebody at a con throwing something on the table and really not, like,
pushing down all the way,
like making sure everything's locked in.
There would have to be a strange.
times.
I agree. But there would have to be a strange channel back there for that to depress into. If it cleans up any better.
Yeah, well, it might just be friction. It could just be a really good friction joint that just wasn't pushed down.
Or it wasn't tabbed. Like it tabs in and looks more like a spine than a floating appendix.
Yeah, the only thing is it doesn't look like there's anything on the hood where that head goes.
Right.
Like in alt mode.
Right. Yeah, there's
so
no peg there.
Unless there's something really tricky going on there, I think it is what it is. But I can't make a judgment based on what may or may not be a mistake. Listen, everybody's talking all kinds of crazy shit about it, and everybody's gonna own it. Like, that's you know that's how it's gonna end up. You know it.
Oh.
I'm not saying this right. I'm not saying
I
that's
was
right
gonna
or wrong, but
I was gonna divert and be like, well, what about Bumblebee? Because everybody's knocking on that too. How many of us do you think are gonna end up with that? But that's a different topic.
yeah. Short answer: majority of us.
Yeah. So looking at all of these hounds, though, we do have all of them. Now, do you see where I'm coming from with the? Well, why do I just have to have one? Why do I need one representation? Because these all do a different thing.
Right.
Every single one of them. And I guess that's it. I'm just appreciate your toys, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm getting at. Like, I just had to transform Maketoys Willys, and the stuff it does with the arms and even the foot transformation is a lot of fun. It's very interesting.
So I get what you're saying totally. Like, you don't need one representation, but you got to kind of pick your spots, I guess.
100%.
So you got to have you have a more of a connection to this character than other characters.
Yeah, and I don't have MP Prowl is one of my favorite figures of all time. I don't have a ton of Prowls.
Yeah,
I don't. I never owned the Classics version. So, you're right. You got to pick your battles. I just happened to end up with. I couldn't wait for a Hound, so I got the Maketoys, and then FansToys came out, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to sell my Maketoys or not, so I just kept it, and then I started taking a look around one day, and I was like, I guess I have a Hound collection. But that's it. But he was the original connection to the humans in the show. In the first 3 episodes, it was not Bumblebee, it was Hound. It was all about Hound.
Right.
And I forgot about that, and then I started watching the cartoon again, and it was right around the time that these Masterpiece alikes were coming out. Perfect. I'll have them. Really reignited the nostalgia, but I'm excited for what Takara is doing. The figures are just getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
And we can complain about how the panels look in photos, but as soon as we handle one of these things, we know that completely changes. I don't know how many people complained to me about that Sunstreaker, and then the backpack turned out to be not that big a deal, and the top of the neck turned out to be not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Feet are freaking glorious.
I kind of think that the Hound thing, the neck thing, I think that's gonna fit all together perfectly when it's all said and done, and it's going to be forgotten about.
Even if it doesn't, he'll be my weird alien hound that can move his neck in wacky ways.
Oh, man.
More articulation.
Anything else you want to end or add to the end of this thing?
No, I guess I just wish that he was coming in those darker green colors, because I do like the toy color aesthetic, but he's going to be the lighter cartoon green. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see
a plus
version. Yeah, right.
But we'll see.
All right, well that's it.
All right.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, everybody.